hope you've enjoyed I'll Be Seeing You. I think it's a very fine film, and it's one of those films which, if it had dialogue in a language other than English and had subtitles, it would probably be regarded as a great classic of the 1940s. But because it's in English and directed by William Dieterle, produced by Doris Shari and under the aegis of David Selznick, it is almost totally disregarded. Well, that's the way things are. I like it very much, and I'll be very interested to read any comments you care to make about I'll Be Seeing You. Did you notice Tom Tully as the uncle? Nice performance. There were little shadings in that performance too that I thought was so good. May I suggest, if you can, you could see this film more than once, very happily. I presented it on video cassette via CEL in that first video release I did in the Bill Collins movie collection. If you can get hold of a copy, have a look at it again and again. The more you see it, the more you'll get from I'll Be Seeing You. And it's one of those films, if you see it and appreciate it, it can open your eyes up to the wonders of other movies as well. Right, having said that, did you also notice John Derek in the film? He's billed as Dare Harris. He plays Lieutenant Bruce. This is a few years before he made Knock on Any Door, which turned him into a star. And Chill Wills, who became famous in a sense as the voice of Francis the Talking Mule, as the shell-shocked man from World War I. He gave a good performance too. Well, there's I'll Be Seeing You. Now, don't go away in a hurry, because in a few minutes' time I'm going to give you the third question in our competition for that beautiful portrait, beautiful painting of the Memphis Belle. Now, it's a limited edition, about 900 I think, a limited edition of this painting of the Memphis Belle, signed by the artist. It could prove very valuable. It's very beautiful. And this is the address you send your entries to. Bill Collins, Memphis Belle, Post Office Box 10, Sydney 2001. Now, I'll give you the address again before I say goodnight. And also our last question. You know, I take as much trouble in selecting the second movie for every movie program I present as I do with the first film. And many times people say to me, we like the second movie even more than the first. Coming up over the next week or so are three or four cases in Special Point. First of all, on Christmas night, I'm presenting a wonderful comedy, vintage about 41, with Edward G. Robinson, Broderick Crawford, Jane Wyman, Jack Carson. It's called Larceny Incorporated. It's very funny, and I think you'll like it. If it were an English film, it would have been an Ealing comedy with Alec Guinness and Sid James in the 1950s. But it's Warner Brothers, early 40s, and it's gorgeous. I think you'll love Larceny Incorporated. Friday night, the late movie is Casbah. It's a version of the Pepe Le Moko story with a score by Harold Arlen and Leo Robin, directed by John Berry, who was blacklisted a few years after he made this film. Good cast, interesting film, beautifully crafted. And then on Saturday night, repeat performance, a most unusual Twilight Zone kind of thriller with Joan Leslie, Louis Hayward and Richard Basehart in his movie debut. You'll love the story of repeat performance. It's set on New Year's Eve, where a young woman, because of something terrible that happens, wishes she could have the year over again so that the same mistake wouldn't be made. Well, it's a very unusual story. Well, as a curtain raiser to those fabulous movies, we have on Christmas night, White Christmas, directed by Michael Curtiz, with a grand collection of Irving Berlin songs. On Friday night, we have the film version of Hervey Allen's incredible novel, Anthony Adverse, with Frederick March, Olivia de Havilland and Claude Rains. I hope there'll be thousands of viewers who'll then want to read the book after they've seen the movie. And on Saturday night next, on the Golden Years of Hollywood, we have Otto Preminger's film of Henry Morton Robinson's novel, The Cardinal, with Tom Tryon and a wonderful cast. That'll be followed, of course, by performance everywhere except Perth, which shall have Hunter with Randolph Scott, which is a good Warner Brothers Western of the early 50s. Right, now to our final collection of clues. I mentioned Otto Preminger's name. He directed The Cardinal, and you're listening to music from The Cardinal as I speak. Here are your clues for the third answer. Otto Preminger, the director, plus Gene Tierney, Vincent Price and Judith Anderson. What's the film that links them all together? Otto Preminger, Gene Tierney, Vincent Price, Judith Anderson. That's answer number 3, a one-word answer. You've got your 3 now. Here's the address again. Bill Collins, Memphis Belle, Post Office Box 10, Sydney 2001. Thank you so much to all of you for your lovely Christmas greetings that I've received, and your greetings as well, not to mention the lovely birthday greetings that I received earlier in December. You've been so kind, so supportive, so wonderful, that I hope I can continue to provide more wonderful movies for you as the weeks, the months and the years go by. Happy Christmas to you all, and I look forward to your company, hopefully, on White Christmas. If you can't make it for White Christmas, you've got to make it for Larceny Incorporated, which will give you a great time on Christmas night. Good night.